Hi, this is Brandon with Android Device Tutorials. Here I'm going to show you how to set up your new Moto G 3rd generation. This is the 2015 edition. Um, you will, when you first get your phone and you turn it on, you will come to a screen that will have you choose your language, set up your email accounts, well, your Google account primarily, so that you can download apps. Um, just random things, connect to your Wi-Fi, things like that. So we'll run through that process now, so that if this is your first time using an Android phone or first time using a newer phone, Android phone, that you know this process. All right, the first screen you're going to come to is going to be your welcome screen, and that is going to be where you choose your language. We are English, so I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Hit the arrow to continue. Next, you will select a Wi-Fi network, and this is so that you can connect to your Google account and things like that. I will choose Moki Connect, which is my network here. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and connect to that. Okay, hit connect. Okay, now it goes to the next part where it checks the connection, make sure everything's okay. I have noticed that at this point it will sit here and hang sometimes. And the easiest way to avoid it hanging, if you do hang right there, is to hit the back button during the hang, and it'll go back and show you your list of networks again, and then just hit continue again, and it will pick up and it won't hang anymore. But if all goes well, you'll come to this screen next, and this is basically just any other, terms, privacy settings. You'd have to accept it if you want to use the device, so just go ahead and accept and continue. It will check for a software update, and at the time of this video there isn't one, but if there is one, it will at that point allow you to go ahead and install the update before you set up the phone initially, so that you set it up on the newest version that's available at that time. Next is adding your account. Here you're going to add your Google account that you will want tied to your device. Now that's your calendar, your email, your apps that you download from the Play Store. Everything's going to be tied to your Google account. You can add more than one Google account if you would like on the device, but this is going to be the primary account that you're going to use for this phone. So I will go ahead and enter my Gmail account. Okay, then at this point, you're just going to hit next. Of course, this is just a dummy Gmail account. And then your password. And then hit next. Okay, by signing in, you agree to their terms of service and privacy policy, of course. So say accept. Okay, here, this is something with newer versions of Android. I believe Lollipop is the first that's allowed this, but I can't remember, to be honest, not going to lie to you. So here, when you set up your new device, it's going to allow you to take your previous device, if you had one, and go ahead and pull in data from it, like your apps. So in this case, you can say restore the Nexus 6 backup, which is like your Wi-Fi connections, just calendar, all that information. But you can also select and deselect apps that you would like to install. So anything that you had installed on your Nexus, you can go ahead and select here, and it will go ahead, or your previous device, I say Nexus, and it will let you go ahead and have those installed during initial setup, so you don't have to go and search for everyone and install them individually. That said, we are not going to install everything from my actual device. We will just set this up as a new phone, since a majority of you that are watching this are probably watching it as new owners of Android devices. So we'll say done. Okay, so it's now says set up as a new device. So we'll say next. Okay, here, if you create lock screens like patterns, pins, whatever, you can set that here. So you would say set, and you can set a pattern unlock, a pin, like a 4-digit pin, or a password, like a full-on password to unlock the phone. We're not going to do this, but any one of these are pretty self-explanatory. Like we'll go to the pattern one. Here you would do your pattern, and then it would say, okay, confirm your pattern. So you'd do it again, and then it would create it. So we will go ahead and skip. But if you set that up, you would get to the end and get to this screen. Well, we're skipping it. Okay, now at this point, it's a whole lot of stuff here talking about Google services and whatever. But what this actually is would you like this phone to back up all of its information, like its Wi-Fi passwords and personal information? Not for my account, only because, or for that account, because we set up multiple phones on it and we just set up fresh phones. So, but if you want all that stuff backed up, keep that checked. Location service to help determine location. It basically improves on GPS and allows apps to see your location. Okay. Now, help improve location services. This is kind of another thing that ties into that, talking about apps being able to look for Wi-Fi. That's GPS related. This is Wi-Fi related. And this is basically just if your phone crashes or you have any issues, send it to Google. We don't want that because we're going to end up hacking this phone till it dies. So let's go ahead and hit next. Okay. Now at this point, Google Now. You may have heard of Google Now. There's a whole lot to do with, I mean, it tells you, it looks at your calendar, it looks at websites you've been looking at, it looks at pretty much anything you do on your phone and where you go, and it will give you recommendations. It will tell you if there's an issue with traffic or a lot of different things. And we'll go into Google Now a little bit later, but we won't go into it in too much detail here. We will go ahead and skip that for this. All it'll do is set it up or don't set it up. Hit next. So now it says, hey, it's ready to use. If you've had a Motorola device before, you can migrate from an old phone to a new one. If you just want to keep it this way, you can say maybe later. And then you're in. Now it's just going to have these random windows that come up telling you that, how to use your device, like tutorials type items throughout. But that is it. That is your initial setup, and now your phone is all set. Of course, you would have to add your SIM card to the phone if you haven't already. Now, getting to the SIM slot's pretty easy. We'll go ahead and do it real fast just so you can see. You will flip over the phone, and right beside the charging area, you'll see there's a little lip here where you can fit a fingernail or something, where you can pop up this back cover. When you pop up the back cover, you'll see there is a spot for a micro SD card to add more space to like save photos, videos, and things too. And there's your SIM slot. That is where you will slide your SIM card in to the phone. So that's it though. So if you need any help or run into any issues, just let us know in the comments of this video. Thanks for watching.